You are listening to The Bo's Nose, a podcast about education where wonderful students and teachers and staff can share their stories. And I'm your host, Mr. Bose, and today I have guests in studio from the very new Marine Biology Club to talk about what it is and tell us more about it. So thank you for joining me. Please introduce yourselves to our listeners.
I'm Mackenzie Thomas.
I'm Avril Wilson.
I'm Jamie Dockery.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming in. So before we dive into talking about the new club, let's answer this season's intro questions. First one being, what is your favorite QI story or tradition?
My favorite QI story or tradition is at the dances whenever we play Mr. Weeks' band's song at the end.
Shout out Leaning Trees.
I really like the theme days, like leading up to the pep rally. Specifically, this year is the Animal Day. That was really fun.
I'm definitely going to go with the Spirit Days, too. Probably the Wacky Winter Week are probably my favorite ones.
Those are always good. So next question. If you could time travel, when would you go and why?
I would probably go to the future just because I want to see what all is new.
I would go to like the creation of the Earth, see what happened, Big Bang or something like that.
I like the future. I would probably go to the future just to see how far I've come, and how much I've grown.
Very good. Last question before we get into it. Quality, integrity, respect. Which one and why?
I say respect. I think it goes a long way with people.
I would say integrity because I feel like that encompasses like respect and quality as well.
I think respect is really important in today's day and age, especially. So, respect.
Very good. We are a few words today. Alrighty. So let's get into it. So, what is this new club and how did it get started? Tell us all about it.
Me and Avril were talking about starting a new club one day, and we both love marine biology and thought it would just be a fun thing. And it is mainly for community service opportunities, more fun community service opportunities, and yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like we have a lot of community service clubs, but none that are like as specific to one thing as the Marine Club is.
Very good. So, you said it was founded for community service opportunities. Like, what kind of things have you done or are you looking to do as you grow your club? Because I believe it just started a couple months ago, right?
It did just start. We've only had 2 meetings so far. We're recently looking to do different beach cleanups around here.
And collaborate with some of the colleges nearby to join theirs. And I think we were planning a field trip to, what is it called? Marineland or something like that. That we can go on. And I think we might open it up to not just people who are in the club right now, but we can talk about it more. Because it's a fun thing to kind of start the club off with and get people interested.
Well, very cool. So what are some of the opportunities, other than the volunteer, opportunities to help clean up the environment, what are some of the opportunities that exist in the club either now or that you would like to exist in the future?
I would like to be able to do some different fundraisers to donate money to the different organizations, like the different turtle hospitals, especially in the Keys. And
I also think that we could integrate some more learning stuff, like education-based things. Like we did a Kahoot during one of our first meetings, which was really cool because we learned really cool stuff, and then it was just a nice way to kind of bring the group together. So maybe some more educational things where we're learning or maybe studying for our marine exam coming up. Right. Just stuff like that to kind of pull the club together a little more.
Why did the 3 of you, 2 of you sound like are the founding members? You talked a little about it, but let's talk more about why you chose to create it and why you chose to join it, and then why other students should also want to join in on the fun.
So, I always grew up going to the beach, and it was always fun just seeing the different marine animals, just the wildlife at the beach. And also, Marineland is so cool, and yeah.
Also, I think Mackenzie wants to go into marine biology going to college, and so this is kind of also a passion project, I feel like.
I want to be a marine life veterinarian, so I think it would be something fun to do.
Yeah, it just looks, I feel like it looks really good, like that she's showing a lot of interest in it and kind of like combining that with community service and stuff. And I think that as the club grows, it'll be like really impressive to kind of have these community service activities on your transcript and resume stuff. Just this little reason you might want to join.
Mackenzie brought it up to me during 7th period one day. It was like, hey, I might join, or I might start this club. And I was like, sign me up. When I was younger, I did want to be a marine biologist, but I've always loved turtles, dolphins, but yeah. And I love seeing, like, her heart for it, too, so.
Turtles are fun.
Turtles are fun.
Dolphins are fun, too. We can't leave them out, but...
Oh, and we did have a fundraiser. We had our first fundraiser. It was a popcorn selling fundraiser, and we made like $500, and it was only going on for like 2 days. So like I feel like we really started off the club with like we can use that on the field trip or to get shirts, which I think we're designing right now.
We are designing shirts right now.
Yeah. So I feel like we have like a really good foundation, and we started off really nicely with that.
Yeah, if a student listens to this and wants to get involved, how can they find out more information?
So we do have an Instagram page. I post on that a lot, especially whenever our meetings are coming up. I post reminders. It's Marine Bio QIR. And you can also just, if you see me on campus, you can just ask me.
Or email us. I don't know if you know our emails, but...
Is there anything else about the new club that you would like students to know or that you'd like to talk about today?
I think students should know that it's a very student-led, just fun club. It's not anything too serious.
Yeah, it's not a lot of work. It's definitely more of like we just want you to like get involved in marine stuff and like have a opportunity to get community service hours. It's like not a lot of stress.
All right, very cool. So that wraps up another episode of The Bo's Nose. Thank you to the Marine Biology Club for taking the time to sit down with me and sharing this new awesome opportunity that we have here at QI. Listeners, if you like the podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes, and please share with your friends. Until next time, excellence in all endeavors.